Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is August 24th. Right now we're looking at the combination of Doppler radars. We're concentrated on Northern California. We got flash flood watches. We've got some moderate precipitation rolling through the area. And this green here kind of shows where the thunderstorm risk is for today. And you can see that actually updated as I was speaking. They kind of clipped a little bit off that, some of central Nevada. But we do have flash flood watches in effect here. Moderate to heavy rainfall is possible over the Park Fire Burn Scar area during the watch. So watch out for the potential flooding impacts. You could get some debris flow action with that as well. And we're going to take a look at that on the Sacramento National Weather Service with a nice graphic out this morning. This goes all the way on in through tonight, 7 p.m. Again, debris flow consistent of rock, mud, vegetation, and loose material. So heads up for that. And if we take a look at the mid-level water vapor, we can clearly see the culprit here, this spin in the atmosphere right off the Oregon and the Northern California coastline, and that is spreading this precipitation back across the region. That's what's bringing our very chilly temperatures here across the area as well. A little bit of snow for the higher terrain, even flying, and that should be wrapping up, though, as we go through this morning. So taking a look at the thunderstorm threat, we did look at that on the combination Doppler radars. And for day 2, this does push off to the east. Now, heat returns by midweek. Chance of max temperatures greater than 100 degrees. Look at this. You're talking about Fresno and Hanford, Merced, Bakersfield. You're starting to get up into the hundreds again, potentially, as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday and maybe thereafter as well. We'll take a look at those some of the temperatures here as we go through the video this morning. Also wanted to mention this. We're getting some pretty strong winds, of course, with the storm around, especially across some of central and southern California and portions of the deserts and the higher terrain. You can see peak wind gust 30-40. This is mainly for Lake Mead. There are choppy waves, 2 to 3 feet wind direction out of the south. There is some critical fire weather across portions of Nevada as well. Now, looking at composite reflectivity, I'm going to put this into motion as we go through the next 60 hours or so, but there is some moderate to heavy precipitation showing up near Redding, Red Bluff, and again, just north of Chico there, but that should be pushing off as we go through the later morning and afternoon hours, although you can't rule out a couple of heavier showers still popping off as we go through the afternoon, and then the system starts to eject as we go through tonight off to the north and east. Then we look to see what is coming in the future, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Taking a look at the total snow, if I put this in motion, we are wrapping up that snowfall as we go through these morning hours. So again, we're going to start to be warming up here over the next few days, but we still have a couple chilly days to go, including tomorrow morning. So total precipitation in inches, and again, just kind of driving on the point that this will be kicking out as we go on in through tonight, and then you can see it moving across Nevada as we go through the day tomorrow. So taking a look at wind speed as well, I want to point this out also. As we go through the afternoon and the evening hours, you can really see the wind start to ramp up across some of the Sierra Nevada, some of the high desert areas, peninsular ranges, especially east slopes, and again, across portions of Nevada, northwest Arizona, and on in through Utah. So we scroll through tomorrow, Sunday, and then we start to come out in towards the afternoon and evening hours. You notice tomorrow not quite as windy as what we are dealing with today. So watch out if you are out and about across some of the higher terrain and some of the desert areas as you go through the afternoon and evening tonight. You can also see some strong northerlies moving down the San Joaquin Valley, coming through the gaps in the terrain there, the Bay Area, California. San Francisco would be right here. Now, taking a look at what is going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere, this is what's brought our cooler than normal conditions across much of central and northern California. This has plagued the Pacific Northwest with a lot of precipitation as well. So that's what kept our temperatures pretty cool. Pretty good model agreement between the European model here on the left and the GFS model here on the right. This is the USA model, the GFS versus the European model on the left. So we put that into motion, and you can see the system finally kick off. We start to build the ridge a bit here. This short wave kind of keeps the ridge a little bit flattened, but not too much. I mean, we are going to be warming up during this time period. I shouldn't even mention that really, because California is going to get pretty darn warm. Then this ridge moves across Pacific Northwest, and the European has been showing this cutoff low approaching the coastline here. This could actually suppress temperatures a little bit if it does develop. You see the GFS is much weaker with that feature here on the right. But this would be, we're still looking a ways out. This is on September 1st, but this could have thunderstorm potential with it as well. So something fun to look at here in the fantasy forecast. We'll continue to monitor that over the next few days. The GFS finally develops it there as we go well off into the forecast. Still looking at 10 days out there. But, we'll be watching this over the next week because you can kind of see the development of that system as we go in the 120-hour time frame just out there off the coast of California over the Pacific Ocean. So something fun to watch in our extended forecast. Now looking at Sacramento Sacramento, you can clearly see the warm up here. Saturday, there's Sunday at 90, there's Monday at 96, there's Tuesday, August 27th at 99, and by the time we get towards Wednesday, it's showing 100 degrees. Here's Redding, clearly looking at a warm up coming as we go through this weekend and on in through next week. Lake Tahoe, I mean, look at this, some temperatures into the low 50s, and then you're bouncing back well up into the mid and upper 70s through this week. Susanville, I mean, look at this, 89 on Thursday versus 56 today, Saturday, August 24th. Pretty impressive temperature rises coming up. And you can see that in the anomaly here, much of the West Coast just locked in this cooler air mass. I'll put this into motion and you can see again the search to wane as that system moves off and we return to some above normal conditions across the state of California. But it looks like the coastal areas actually cooled down a bit here coming up as we go towards the end of the month. But the interior area is definitely ramping up the heat, as you can see. So looking across the tropics, we're always just monitoring here to see if any of these have the chance to turning back northward or some of this tropical moisture wants to make its way back towards the southwest USA. And right now we have Hurricane Gilma out there continuing its trek off to the west. No threat to the southwest USA as of right now. And you can see Gilma is here. There's Hone, which is impacting the Hawaiian Islands. If you want to see my briefing on that, turn to the Pacific Northwest Weather Watch page for detailed information there. So let's put this into motion. This is the European yesterday afternoon's run. And as you can see, we're still dealing with this system here. We're not showing any signs of tropical moisture making its way back in. But as we go through the European model here, you can kind of see this cutoff low right there spinning off the coastal areas here. So yeah, fantasy forecast, little fun there. And now 6 to 10 day temperature outlook above average across a lot of the Pacific Northwest, a little below normal here showing up for Southern California. And precipitation, are they taking into account that cutoff low there? They just very well maybe. That's through August 29th through September 2nd. And this is looking at the daily 2-meter min temperature. This is for Sunday, August 25th. You can see still pretty chilly and raw, especially across the Sierra Nevada up into the Cascade Range. But then Monday, we start to bounce these temperatures back pretty darn quickly as we go on in through this upcoming week. As you see the 60s returning here to the valley areas and definitely warming up across the higher terrain as well. And if we take a look at high temperatures here, not a bad day out there today. I mean, you're looking at only mid 70s for Sacramento all the way up the valley and just some low 80s down through the San Joaquin Valley down towards Bakersfield. Of course, the desert areas are always hotter, but look at the warm up coming for tomorrow. I mean, some areas getting 12, 15 degrees warmer, and then we go Monday a little bit more, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, the heat is coming back here, folks. So hope you enjoyed that bit of a cool down. We're still in it now, so enjoy it while it lasts, but the heat is definitely returning. And looking at surface smoke, not doing too bad, relatively speaking. You know, we can be doing much worse at this time of year. I think that is the coffee pot fire that continuing to burn right there. But yeah, not too bad. Keep your fingers crossed we can keep it that way as we head on in towards the month of September. And again, that's a flash flood watch for the Park Burn Scar area. And so hopefully you guys are up to speed on that activity there. But yeah, anyway, we'll continue to watch things. We'll watch off into the extended forecast. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.